food is amazing. Hey everybody, it's Chef Stu, and today I'm with Kevin at the Willapa Brewing. Nice to meet you, Kevin. How you doing today?
Nice to meet you, Robert.
All right, so can you tell me a little bit about this place?
It started out as a hobby. I've been brewing beer for over 30 years. And it was just, like I said, a hobby. I had another day job.
Okay.
And then after we retired, a couple friends in the area happened to own restaurants, and they were bugging me to get licensed and so they could have local beer on tap.
Okay. So when you say hobby, this was something that you would do when you got off of work from your real job, so to speak?
Yes.
Okay. And then you, in turn, use that to start this?
Well, eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. It worked. It worked. All right. So I see saws all over this place. Can you tell us a little bit about the logging history of this place? Or this area, I should say, because this is a historic part of Washington.
Right. Southwest Washington is a huge logging and seafood. Those are the two main industries here.
Okay.
So we chose to choose that as our, background for the names and to associate Southwest Washington with our business.
So Kevin, the people that's watching need to know, how did they get here? Tell them how they can find you.
Head south from Seattle or Olympia and hit Highway 101, State Highway, or up from Astoria, come up 101.
Okay.
We're located right in the county seat of Pacific County, South Bend, Washington, right on 101. If you see the steam donkey in the city park next door,
that's the landmark.
You're here. That's
so
the landmark.
Look for the steam donkey, and that's how you find us.
That's right. Goes right along with our logging theme.
So what was the time horizon to you actually opening this place?
We were licensed in 2016, and we held our first event in April of 2017, actually on St. Patrick's Day. But the brewery, which is located 13 miles from this location, at our home in rural Raymond, due to zoning, county zoning, we were only able to be open for special events.
Okay.
And so after a couple of years, we decided that it was time to open a place in Raymond. And we decided we should be on 101, the main highway, and we ended up here at an old plumbing warehouse and converted this into the tap room and pizzeria.
I know you said you started out in the garage at your house.
Yes.
So how much beer was you able to make in the garage?
Well, when I started out, our son and I built a half-barrel little brewing system, which we now use for a pilot system. For test out recipes. Now we have a 5-barrel system. We kept moving up and upgrading our equipment, and so now we can brew up to 155 gallons of beer.
Tell me about the friends that pushed you to go, because that's a big part of your story. You said that you wouldn't even have done this unless they pushed you. So,
well, we have friends that own the Pitchwood in Raymond. He's also a home brewer, but he didn't want to.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. And then another friend out in Westport had a winery restaurant and wanted to put beer on tap. But he actually ended up opening his own brewery for a while. And then I went down and helped him. And then they had a big fire and he had to rebuild, and he didn't rebuild the brewery, and then he wanted to just put our beer on tap.
So I guess my mother was right. You are the company that you keep, because it seems as though you were connected to some people that was already making it, and then they just put all the responsibilities onto you.
Yes.
And then it worked out, because now you have this beautiful establishment.
Yes.
What else do you have here? Is it just a couple of beers or what?
We actually have 20 beers on tap, so we have quite a variety. And then we also have 5 ciders that we don't make on tap, plus homemade root beer on tap and water on tap.
If I get hungry, can I stay here, or do I have to leave and go somewhere else?
In order to be a family restaurant, the state required us to have 8 food items that we made on site. So we started with 8 pizzas, and now the list has grown to more than a couple dozen pizzas. I think we have like 15 pizzas or something. Plus we have sandwiches and appetizers. The people like the nachos and the wings, garlic cheesy bread, and there's a dessert pizza. We have root beer floats for kids and adults, and then we also have an adult float where you can make a float with beer.
That's interesting. I think I need to try that.
Not everyone likes beer. There's a local winery called Woohoo, and so we carry their wine for sale by the bottle.
There's something else that you have that you didn't mention. I see that you're wearing one of the shirts, so you guys also have some clothes and some hats.
Yeah, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. There's a variety of items. Another reason for being on 101, Instead of tourists just driving through like they used to, now they stop.
All right, Kevin, enough talking. I'm ready to try some beers.
Okay, Robert. It's a family business. I'm going to let our daughter, Julie, take over.
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome, Robert.
All right, so we're here with Julie, and she's going to hook me up with some beer.
Awesome.
All right, so I see you got a couple of cups laid out. I've seen all these different saws on here. So these are some of the signature beers that you guys have?
They are. They're all handcrafted by us. My dad does a lot of the recipes. My husband does some. And yeah, it's great.
How do you choose the 5 to give me?
I'm going to start you off with our lightest that most people go for. It's our Schoolmarm Blond. It's named after the traditional schoolmarm back in the day because we are a logging theme. So the schoolmarm who would have run the schoolhouse. It's a light ale. It's going to be really flavorful, but also lighter. So the people who don't like hops or bitterness, this one's going to be that beer for you. Easy drinking, light beer. I call this kind of like the gateway to craft beer because we have a lot of people who come in asking for the Coors or the Bud, and I'll give them a taste of this and they're like, oh, that's good. And they've never had a craft beer before. So this is kind of our gateway.
This is the
introduction? Yeah.
No, it's amazing. It's really light. It's airy. It doesn't have any fruity taste to it. So this has nothing, no bells and whistles, just straight light beer.
Yes.
Okay. What do you have for me next?
I'll get you our next beer, which is a fruited ale.
Okay.
So here is our Loganberry Blond. This is the same blonde base that you just had.
Okay.
But we've added Loganberry to it for those people who aren't quite into beers. They still go the cider route. So it's a bit fruit forward with a blonde base.
Okay. How did you get into all this?
My dad. I didn't even drink craft beer till about 10 years ago. I'm a cider drinker, but I want to drink beer because when I go to a brewery with my partner, they drink beer and I feel left out. That's how I started drinking craft beer.
This is like, this kind of reminds me like soda.
Yeah.
It's like, I could drink all this with like in one sip.
Yeah, it's really great on a hot summer day too, because it's just refreshing and it's light, it's low alcohol content.
It really is. I can see this going really well with some of the food here. So if you want to like drink beer and eat and not get bloated, because like this
It's not heavy at all. It's not gonna make you feel full.
Well, your dad knew what he was doing, huh?
Yep, I know. Gotta learn from the best.
I'm not mad at you. All right, so no, that was fantastic. Let's see what else you got.
All right, so this is our loaded Stagecoach Red IPA.
Okay, I can tell just by smelling it.
So it's gonna have that malty sweetness. You can taste the hops in there.
This is my kind of beer. I'm kind of slim, right? Like, so I like that heavy punch. This is it.
Yeah.
This is Stagecoach Red. So is the Stagecoach Red named after the color that it's made to?
It's a red IPA. And then so we just added Stagecoach because we wanted to honor the Carriage Museum with their
I like this one.
They have stagecoaches, mud coaches, and all that. So.
This is my speed.
There you go.
Yeah, this is kind of my speed.
All right. Well, you started off with the light, the fruity, and now this one.
Okay. Well, I would drink all that, but we got more to try. So let's see what else you got.
All right. Okay. So the next one I'm going to have you try is going to be the Squeeze, our Hazy IPA.
Squeeze?
It's called It's Worth a Squeeze.
Okay.
Because if you look at we have oranges and lemons up there, because you want to squeeze the fruit and get the juices out. So I call it Squeeze for short.
So I'm noticing like 7.2 and 4.3.
Yeah.
And
So that's the alcohol by volume. If you're used to like a Coors or a Bud or whatever, these are gonna knock your socks off. So this is our It's Worth a Squeeze Hazy IPA. It's a New England style IPA that we use 5 different hop varieties in.
Okay.
It has a lot of different flavor profiles in it. The aroma is great. It's nice and citrusy. So this is gonna be, right now, Hazies are super popular. This is our most popular beer that we sell the most of.
It smells good.
Really nice aroma. So that's, the hops in there and that flavor profile is just like, we're all, basically it's manual. A lot of breweries are automated.
Okay.
They push a button and they have all the stuff that happens.
Okay.
We're all
hands-on. Yeah.
Very small batch brewery. We have a lot of selection.
Let's see what else you got.
Okay, so this is our Spartree Oatmeal Stout, but we put it on nitro. So there's a difference between CO2, which is what pushes out the other beers that we have, and then this one's on nitrogen instead. So it gives it that rich, creamy feel. It's nutty, it's a little bit bold, It is really nice and dark, which is signature of stout, right? So
Okay.
when you see a stout, you don't want to be able to see through it.
Okay.
So that's what this is. And then these bubbles and stuff, they'll settle down and then get you a nice full pint here. But you can go ahead and taste it now if you like.
I'm just so impressed with the whole chemistry aspect to this beer. It's amazing.
There's a lot of chemistry that goes into brewing.
It tastes chocolatey. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Some people get more chocolate out of it, some get that because there's roasted malt, so some
Okay.
will get that coffee sometimes. It just depends on people's palates. Everybody's a little bit different, so it's interesting to see what people get out of it.
I think personally my favorite was the Stagecoach Red.
Awesome. Well, if you liked all those, I have one more special thing that we do here for you to try. So I'll be right back with that.
I'm excited. Let's see what you got.
So here we have an adult float. This is with our vanilla ice cream topped off with whichever beer or cider that you choose. And this one's our peanut butter stout. So hopefully you like peanut butter and chocolate because the stout has a chocolatiness to it with peanut butter and then our vanilla ice cream there. Little different, but
No, a lot different.
in a good way, hopefully.
Lot different. No, yeah, no, in a fantastic way. It makes the ice cream so good.
I'm glad you like it.
I don't know what it is about this. This is this is incredible. I'm impressed. You guys really got it together.
Oh, well, thank you.
What a way to go out with a bang.
Right?
I'm going to hold on to this.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for being a good sport.
No problem.